twice. Took up a lot of room. There's a lot of coverage there. I was trying to avoid that.
It looks good.
That's what it looks like on the screen?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Steve.
All right.
You're gonna be live here soon. You're gonna see if you can test that mic for him.
Mic on. It's making noise.
We're gonna test the microphone and
Oh, all right.
then we gotta talk a little louder.
Get the mask.
So, am I going live on this by talking?
Probably live right now.
Oh.
This mutes it. Yeah, talk.
We are live here at the Providence Career and Technical Academy Fieldhouse for the second meet today, the boys Sullivan Division meets.
Is it delayed? You're good, Steve. I'll put that in.
All 3,000-meter runners, please report to the starting line. 3,000-meter runners, please report to the starting line. I need classical and Juanita's.
So I can go now?
For the 4x2,
All right.
release a representative to check in for your team in.
Again, we are live here at the Providence Career and Technical Academy Fieldhouse for the second meet today. We just had the girls Sullivan Division meet, and now we got the boys here on the track. We're going to begin with the 3,000-meter run, which we have a pretty strong field in this. It's led by Jack McLaughlin, the state cross-country winner. He's our number one seed with an 8:44 seed time. And Jack's teammates, Adam Thibodeau, Jack Casey, at 2 and 3. We have Connor Michaud of Classical, Nicholas Mott of Classical, Nate Fogarty of the Wheeler School, Yukon John of the Wheeler School, and it looks like Xander Orth of the Wheeler School. So we have 8 people here in the 3,000-meter race, which is going to be taken off fairly soon. And again, this is the second meet, and it's the kickoff meet to the winter season. About a month late due to the pandemic, but we are back. Track is back here in Rhode Island. And again, we're going to be doing live feeds of these meets throughout the winter season. So we're going to be doing all the league meets here at the Providence Career and Technical Academy Fieldhouse, and we are happy to be here. So again, we have a very good race coming up in the 3,000-meter run. And my guess is these guys are going to go for it. These guys are going to go for a fast time today because we don't have too many meets this indoor season. It's a short season that only has about 5 weeks. So these guys have been training for the last 2 months, so they're going to be ready. And I know these guys from LaSalle, they like to hammer it out there and expect a fast race with Jack McLaughlin potentially leading the way tonight. I got this on mute. Can you find a stopwatch in this damn thing? Is it? I can't find it.
Run. Where it says run, no?
No, that's.
I can't see.
That one? No.
All 3,000-meter runners should be at the starting line.
Oh, I have on my phone.
Juanita Sanchez in classical to check in for the 4x2. Anyone who wants to check in for the 1500, feel free to do so.
So was it the same link that the girls, the last
No.
girls was on? Or is it a different one?
Different link. Different link. You get the link up?
Yeah, the link's new. It should be, if you go on the article on Ocean State Running, and it'll be right on there. OceanStateRunning.com, and the link's right there. So again, we're waiting here for the beginning of the 3,000 meter run, the first race here of the boys Sullivan division meets. We did have the girls here for the last 2 hours, and now we're going to begin with the boys starting here pretty shortly with the 3,000 meter run. And again, 8 runners here on the line, led by Jack McLaughlin and his 2 teammates, Adam Thibodeau and Jack Casey at the 2 and 3 seed. Expect these guys to probably work together, at least in those early laps, but it should be a good race. And the gun is fired, so we are starting here with the 3,000 meter run. Again, the Sullivan division meets and Ocean State Running broadcasting all these league meets live throughout the season. So for all those parents that couldn't make it here to the PCTA Fieldhouse, they can sit from the comfort of their own homes and watch the meet throughout the day, throughout the season, actually. And again, as expected, Jack McLaughlin leading the way. And it looks like Adam Thibodeau and Jack Casey right behind him. But we are early in this race right now. So it looks like right around 68 seconds from the point I'm looking at, but in that range, 67, 68 seconds for that first 400. And like I said, Jack's got a 8:44 best coming into this, so he's the top seed. And again, we got Jack Casey, Adam Thibodeau. We got Jack McLaughlin, Adam Thibodeau, and Jack Casey. And it looks like Connor Michaud right behind him. And they're going to be approaching 800 meters pretty soon. So it looks like about 221, 222 at 800 meters. So right now they are going at sub 850 3K pace. So like I was saying, Jack McLaughlin coming off a cross-country season where he won his first individual title for cross-country, running 15:27:32. A great race after coming in second in the class championships a week earlier. And then Jack Casey was 6th in that meet, and Adam was 9th. So these guys definitely belong there up front And again, Connor Mouchard right there with them. He was 14th at the state meet. But certainly not surprised that he's with them right now in the early goings. But Jack's really pushing the pace up front.
I need Central and St. Ray's to report to the parking. The 4x2 will be run in one heat. The 4x2 will be run in one heat. I still need Classical to report.
So it looks like about 4:45, 4:46 at the mile mark. And again, Jack McLaughlin still leading the way here. Looks like he's pulling away a little bit right now. But Adam Thibodeau, Jack Casey, and Connor Mouchard right there behind. So LaSalle coming off a team championship during the cross-country season, and they'll be going into the winter season as the defending indoor champions. And again, a very strong squad, particularly in the distance events. And Jack McLaughlin is starting to pull away slightly right now, actually a little bit more than slightly. So he must have heard his mile time and wants to go a little quicker. So 800 meters left in this race. Jack McLaughlin with about a 20, 30 meter lead. With Adam Thibodeau right behind. And then Connor Mouchard hanging on strong. Jack Casey in fourth place. So Connor coming in with a 9:21 PR. It looks like he's running a lot quicker than that today. And now he's moving into second. Again, though, Jack Casey leading the way and actually picking up the pace. But Connor Mouchard and Adam Thibodeau. Jack Casey in fourth. Connor Mouchard looking very strong. He's actually gaining a little bit on Jack. And then Adam Thibodeau falling a little behind in third place. And Jack Casey fourth. So 1 lap remaining, 8:23 on the clock unofficially. And it looks like Connor Michaud's going to try to make this a race, but it looks like Jack is a little stronger here on the backstretch. Connor's going to make a run for it. So Jack McLaughlin with the win, but Connor Michaud a big-time PR. Both unofficially under 9 minutes, 8:56 it looks like for Jack McLaughlin, about 8:58 for Connor Michaud, and maybe about 9:07 for Adam Thibodeau, and it looks like 9:11 for Jack Casey. But Connor Michaud, a big-time PR, breaking 9 minutes. Again, 8:58 unofficially, and 8:56 it looks like for Jack McLaughlin unofficially. So next on the track is the 4x200. We have 2 heats of the 4x200. In heat number 1, Juanita Sanchez, Central High and St. Raphael Academy. Heat number 2, the Wheeler School, Classical and LaSalle Academy. So again, it feels good to be back here on the indoor surface. We had, looks like probably about a month delay due to the coronavirus, but we're back, and it's going to be a shortened season. Looks like 5 weeks, 3 weeks of league meets, class meet, and the state meet. Potentially 6 weeks, but it's going to be a very short season.
Shown up at the start. 4x2, 1,500 meter runners need to check in. Her first in 2.
And like I said, just before this meet, we had the girls on the track from the Sullivan division. Some of the highlights are Caroline Jankovic running a 4:49 for the 1,500. That was a 6-second PR for her. We had Sophia Goria running, it looks like unofficially 1:35 for the 600, and that's a week after doing coming in second in the 800 meters at the VA showcase, and then running the following day on an all-star squad that got the world under 20 record for the 4x800. She was the anchor leg, running 2:05. Day before, running sub 2:04 to come in second again at the VA showcase. In the weight throw, we had Serena Lally of Classical 51 2.25. That was a big-time PR for her and a very good throw this early in the season. And then Sarah Ort of Classical coming in second at 49 8.25. So again, lining up on the track is the first of two heats of the 4x800. In this heat, we have the Wheeler School, it looks like, Classical, and LaSalle Academy. Actually, it looks like it's Central. Central in lane number 2, Wheeler School in lane number 3, and Classical in lane number 4. So last year at the state meet, Classical was 5th and Central was 6th in this race. So probably expect those two teams to have some strong squads today. And LaSalle Academy was number 2 at the state meet last year. Okay, we have the start of the 4x200, the first of 2 heats.
I need the Wheeler School to check in for the 1,500 meters. The Wheeler School to check in for the 1,500 meters. 55-meter hurdles and 55-meter dash can check in as well for a
So
representative.
LaSalle Academy taking the lead. LaSalle Academy looking very strong in this 4x200 relay. Central and Classical in those next 2 spots. LaSalle Academy leading from the start. So LaSalle Academy, a winner here in the 4x200 relay. It looks like we might just have one heat. And we'll get a time for you as soon as we get those results. But LaSalle Academy looks like is the winner of the 4x200 relay.
Meter, report to the starting line. 1,500 meter, report to the starting line. 55-meter hurdlers and 55-meter dash can check in.
So next on the track, we'll have the 1,500. looks like we got a little delay. I don't see anyone lined up at the 1500 right now. So again, we have the 1500. We have, it looks like 13 runners, at least as of yesterday, we had 13 runners on the seat sheet. Not sure how many we're going to have right today. But scheduled to run are Cooper Michaud of Classical, Blake Rogers of LaSalle Academy, Lachlan Bishop of LaSalle Academy, Nicholas Mott of Classical, Chase Leach of LaSalle Academy, Nate Fogarty of the Wheeler School, Andrew Warden of St. Raphael Academy, Carlos Hernandez Gomez of Blackstone Valley Prep, Anthony Mosca of Mount Pleasant, Darian Ruth of Mount Pleasant, Alexander Orth of the Wheeler School, Yu-Hao Chan of the Wheeler School, and Caven Riley of St. Raphael Academy. But it looks like we don't have most of those runners on the field, because right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runners, or we have 6 runners, or 7 runners. Sorry about that. 7 runners here in this heat. Okay, the 1500, 7.5 laps here at the PCTA, so 7.5 laps. And again, we got a strong field here with Cooper Michaud and the LaSalle boys right behind. And that's Chase Leach of LaSalle Academy in the lead. And it looks like Blake Rogers right behind him. Chase is coming off a very successful cross-country season where he finished 3rd overall. And that was after being injured for at least a month. But Chase Leach right there in the lead, with Blake Rogers right behind. So LaSalle Academy once again showing their strength with the top 3 positions in this race. After going 1, 2, 3 or after getting 3 of the top 4 in the 3K. But Chase Leach looking very strong. Chase Leach pulling away and looking very, very strong. So we're approaching the gun lap, and Chase Leach really moving on this last lap and building on his lead substantially. It looks like a good 50, 75 meters on Blake Rogers. And Lachlan Bishop right behind. So Chase Leach, a winner here in the 1500, a convincing winner. Blake Rogers and Lachlan Bishop getting second and third. I forgot to start my watch. I need somebody to tell me the time.
For the 55-meter dash, I need
Steve,
LaSalle, Blackstone Valley,
Did you get a
East
time on that?
I think
Providence.
it was 410, 411.
410, 411.
But don't quote me.
Yeah, I'll do it on the field.
Still checking in.
So it looks like unofficially a 410 for
LaSalle,
Chase Leach, who looked very strong in that race.
Still check in for the 55-meter
Definitely
dash.
ran negative splits the final 800, but looked very strong in a fast early season time, 410. Unofficially. So next on the track, we'll have the 55-meter hurdles. And it looks like we could have two heats in this race. Scheduled to compete are Josh Farrell of St. Raphael Academy, Fabio DeGrassa of East Providence, Brady Fisher of LaSalle, and Sam Healy of Classical, and that's in the first heat. Brandon Grace of Mount Pleasant, Sean Olivio of Juanita Sanchez, Ethan McCann Carter of St. Raphael, Terrell Gomes of Classical, Matthew Patron of East Providence, and Matthew Romano of LaSalle Academy in Section 2, but that could all change, as we saw in the 1500.
Last call, long jump. Last call, long jump.
So Classical's Terrell Gomes has the top seeded time in this race, 8.37 from last year. So like I said earlier, we'll be doing live feeds throughout the season. At least the league meets we'll be doing. The next 2 weeks we'll be here at the PCTA doing the league meets. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But we're certainly happy that we were able to get this indoor season kick-started. Thanks to the Rhode Island Interscholastic League and the Department of Health and everybody cooperating, we were able to get this season off to a good start here at the PCTA. And again, this is the first day of a weekend full of meets. So tomorrow we'll have our Dwyer, Headley, and Bayhay Division girls races. Tomorrow 8:15, 10:45, and 1 o'clock. The following day on Sunday, the boys will be on the track with the Dwyer, Headley, and Bayhay divisions. 12:30, 2:45, and 5 o'clock for those races. And again, the following 2 weekends we'll have more league meets. And tentatively right now, the class championships on February 13th will be the girls. February 14th will be the boys. And the following week we'll have some more meets in the state meet on February 27th and February 28th. So boys and girls during that time. So 6 weeks of track and field this winter. So again, we're waiting for the start of the 55-meter hurdles. And again, I think we have 2 heats here. So last year in this event, we had our top 5 finishers were seniors, and Tyler McGee coming in 6th. He was our top returning runner. So heat number 2, we have, it looks like Brandon Grace of Mount Pleasant in lane number 2. Sean Olivio of Juanita Sanchez in lane number 3. Terrell Gomes in lane number 5. Matthew Patrone of East Providence in lane number 6. And Matthew Romano of LaSalle Academy in the 7th lane. But again, Terrell Gomes, our number 1 seed, 6th last year in the state meet with a time of 8.19. And the winner there, Brandon Grace. So Brandon Grace winning that heat. And we did make a mistake there. It was not, Terrell Gomes did not get 6th. It was Tyler McGee of North Kingstown. So he's actually our top returner. He's not in this race today. So next on the track we have the boys 55-meter dash.
600s can all check in, as well as 300s. 55 meters reported to start. 600s.
And
please
scheduled
check in.
4 heats of this
300s
race.
start checking in. I still need
But again, we
Central,
could have some scratches.
Providence, St. Graves, Blackstone Valley, Juanita Sanchez for the 600 and the Wheeler School.
So we hope you enjoy our live feed. Again, we have multiple cameras, so you get various different angles to see the track events, and we also have a camera in the weight cage, which often gets overlooked, and we have some of the best weight throwers in the country. So it's good to have a camera there and see what they're doing behind the cage, because they're kind of like hidden here on the track. And glad we could stick a camera there and have the weight throwers get their due, because they certainly deserve it. And again, we have the 55-meter dash on the track. Looks like Central winning that race. I believe that's Renato McKay of Central winning that race. Actually, Damer Lassiter of Central winning that race. So Damer Lassiter of Central winning that race. So on the track is the second of 4 heats of the 55-meter dash. Cameron Monterio of LaSalle Academy, lane number 1. Elijah Owens of East Providence, lane number 2. Looks like Corey Monterio of LaSalle Academy, lane number 3. Daniel Rogers of the Wheeler School, lane number 4. Zane Zadie of Moses Brown, lane number 5. Anthony Garcia of Classical, lane number 6, and Isaiah Briggs of Central in lane number 7. A very close race. Too close to call from this angle. We'll get you those results when they come in, but a very close race in the second heat of 4 heats of the 55-meter dash. And now on the track is section 3 of 4 heats. Takari Stutz of Mount Pleasant, Terrell Gomes of Classical, Octavio Rodriguez Sapero of St. Raphael Academy in lane number 3. Zadra Ogigaba of Juanita Sanchez in lane number 4. Samuel Badu of Classical in lane number 5. Alexander Rivera of Juanita Sanchez in lane number 6. And Kindler McLaughlin of the Wheeler School, looks like in lane number 7. So the third of 4 heats of the 55-meter dash. Another very close race. Like I said, we'll have results of those races coming up once they come in, but a very close race. 2 straight close races in the 55-meter dash. In the final section of 4 sections in the 55-meter dash, Jared Gibbons of LaSalle Academy, Pedro Mayal of St. Raphael, Casey Lambert of Moses Brown, Judah Bartley of Central High, Denzel Young of Mount Pleasant, Justin Fiore of East Providence, and Freddie Gadanas of Blackstone Valley Prep. Jared Gibbons of LaSalle Academy is actually our top returning runner in the 55-meter dash. He did, from last year, he did 6.65, a best of 6.65 last year. So he's in lane number 2. So look for him to pour on some steam down the runway, down the straightaway.
I'm still missing some athletes for the 600 from Central, East Providence, St. Grace, Blackstone Valley.
So very close race, looks like, between Jared Gibbons and Denzel Young of Mount Pleasant. So next on the track, we'll have the 600-meter dash. And it looks like 3 heats of that race. And like I said, we have cameras at various different angles. So right there, you got to see the shot put. We have a camera in the weigh cage and multiple cameras on the track, so you can get to see this meet at all different angles. We're trying to give you the best experience you can watching it from your home, from your phone. We know you can't be here because of COVID restrictions, but we're trying to do the best we can to give you the best experience you can watching these meets. And we hope you enjoyed them.
Report to the starting line.
So again, there's 3 heats of the 600. In that first heat, you'll scheduled to run are Jensen Martinez of Central, Nicholas Heedy of East Providence, Travis Cartier of St. Raphael Academy, Wade Deshore of Classical, and Nate Fogarty of the Wheeler School. So it looks like our number 1 seed is Mahari Nate of Juanita Sanchez. He'll be running in the third heat, the third of 3 heats. Last year, 125.43 was his best. So he's our number 1 seed in the 600, and he'll be in section number 3 of 3. But right now, we're going to start with section 1 of the 600. And again, Jensen Martinez, Central High, Nicholas Heedy of East Providence, Travis Cartier of St. Raphael, Wade Deshore of Classical, and Nate Fogarty of the Wheeler School.
I think, yeah.
So the first heat of the 600 is underway. And that's Nate Fogarty right there in the lead, with Wade Deshore of Classical right there in second. And that's Travis Cartier of St. Raphael Academy, only a freshman, in third place, or right behind. So it looks like just under 60 seconds at the 400 mark for Nate Fogarty of the Wheeler School. So just about 130, 131 for the winner in heat number 1, and that was again Nate Fogarty of the Wheeler School. So again, we're glad we can give you these live feeds. Our sister site, Bay State Running, has been doing it for the last 2 months at Wheaton College, and it's been a huge success, drawing a lot of attention. A lot of spectators have been going on these feeds, because again, it's limited for the spectators. No family members, and I know mom and dad would love to see their kids run live, but at least we're able to give them as close to a live appearance as we can. So heat number 2 of the 600. And that's Classical's Cooper Michaud right there in first place. And it looks like Rohan Minon of LaSalle Academy right behind him. About 29 seconds at the 200. So Cooper Michaud taking control from the beginning, but right behind him, Rohan Minon of LaSalle. He's not letting him get through this easy. About 58 seconds at 400. And Cooper's picking it up here on the backstretch to put some distance on Rohan. Unofficially about 129. So next on the track will be the third of 3 heats in the 600. Scheduled to be here on the line are Javier Gomez of Classical, Carlos Hernandez Gomez of Blackstone Valley Prep, Jackson Domingo of LaSalle Academy, Nate of Juanita Sanchez, our number 1 seed, Ryan Stover of East Providence, Josh Farrell of St. Raphael Academy, Darian Rith of Mount Pleasant, Juan Reyes of Central, and Spurl Graham of the Wheeler School. But it looks like we have a couple of scratches. But our number 1 seed right there in lane, it looks like lane number 4, Mahari Nate of Juanita Sanchez. He might be the guy to look for in this race. 125.43 from last year. He's a senior. So the final heat of the 600-meter run. And that's Jackson Domingo of LaSalle Academy. Right behind Javier Gomez and Mahari Nate of Juanita Sanchez. Right about 26 seconds for that first 200. And it looks like these 3 guys are going to try to put some distance on the rest of the field. With Javier Gomez taking control, but Mahari Nate right behind him. We got ourselves a race. In about 56 seconds at 400. Javier Gomez and Mahari Nate battling it out here. Mahari Nate taking the lead with about 140 meters to go. So Mahari Nate, our number 1 seed, taking control just before the with a little more than 100 meters to go and winning this race with a solid time. It looks right about around his PR, about 124, 125. So a very good time from Mahari Nate. And right behind Javier Gomez of Classical, coming in second.
Runners, you can start reporting to the start of the 300.
So we're hoping you are enjoying these free live feeds, and they are going to be free all season long. So free live feeds of all the league meets. So next on the track will be the 300. And it looks like we'll have 5 heats of the 300.
300-meter runners, report to the starting line. 300-meter runners, report to the starting line.
So 5 heats of the 300 meters.
Check in, and also 4x4.
And our number 1 seed in the 5 heats will be Samuel Beidou of Classical. He's our number 3 returner from last year. Ran 36.71 at the class championships. That was his PR. Just a note about tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be recording all our races and loading them up onto our YouTube page directly after the races. So we'll be able to give you the feeling of a live feed due to equipment, not having enough equipment because we have a meet down in Massachusetts. That's the way we're going to be doing tomorrow, but we'll be back to live feed on Sunday. But tomorrow we'll be loading those races up as soon as they finish, so you'll be able to see them basically right after they finish. So we got heat number 1, Terrell Gomes of Classical, Daniel Rogers of the Wheeler School, Edwin Young of Mount Pleasant, Ryan Paiva of East Providence and Liam Shibbles of LaSalle Academy.
That boy moving.
1.5 laps around this track, and we have a good race here. And that's Edwin Young out in front. And Terrell Gomes taking control. So it looks like Terrell Gomes of Classical winning that heat. Next on the track, we'll have the second of 5 heats. Kelvin Glean of Central, Alexander Bautista of St. Raphael Academy, Dylan Slavic of East Providence, Jubril Barnbola of LaSalle Academy, and Brandon Grace of Mount Pleasant.
Come on, Charles.
Okay, the second heat of 5 is underway. And that's LaSalle's Jubril Bangbola. Taking control by the cutoff point and winning this race. Central's Kelvin Glean right there in second place. So next on the track we have section 3 of 5, Isaiah Briggs of Central, Alexandre Rivera of Juanita Sanchez, Ian Dyer of the Wheeler School, Christopher Molina of St. Raphael Academy, and Anthony Garcia of Classical. And it looks like we do have a scratch. Isaiah Briggs does not look like he's in this race. So 1.5 laps around this track. Not an easy race to do on a flat track, a 300. It's Juanita Sanchez, Alondra Rivera. And that's Classical's Anthony Garcia winning this race. Okay, next on the track is the 4th of 5 heats. Adrian Serzadi of Moses Brown, Ziandra Ogibia of Juanita Sanchez, Denzel Young of Mount Pleasant, Sean Diaz of Central, and Joshua Rodriguez of Blackstone Valley Prep. Okay, that's Mount Pleasant's Denzel Young and Sean Diaz of Central. And right there from and it looks like we have Juanita Sanchez, Leandro Ogibar right there too. But this looks like it's going to be Adrian's race here. And finally, we have our fifth and final heat of the 300 with our number one seed, Samuel Badu. And again, Samuel ran 36.71, a PR last year, and is our number 3 returnee. He was 7th at the state meet. So Samuel Badu of Classical in this heat, Joseph Domingo of LaSalle Academy, Lucas D'Souza of East Providence, Pedro Mayal of St. Raphael, and John Aitenoff of the Wheeler School. So Samuel was our 200-meter champ at the RITCA invite back on August 6th. The outdoor meet that the Rhode Island Track Coaches Association put on, a very successful meet during early August. But he ran 23:46 for the 200 in that race. So let's see how his training's going now and today. So again, keep an eye on Samuel Badu of Classical in lane number 2, the inside lane. And we have a strong race. Pedro Mayal and Samuel Badu right there behind him. LaSalle Academy and the Wheeler School. A very close race. And this is going to come down to probably a lean at the finish or close to it. So Pedro Mayal winning this race.
Central 4x4 representative to check your team in. Classical Central 4x4.
So only a few races left in this meet. We got the 1,000-meter run up on the track, and next up is the 4x400 right after that, but the 1,000 coming up. It says one. It says one. What? It is. What? They're just they're so slow. It's ridiculous.
So during the 4x4, I'm going to start packing up. Right, so just use that camera there with irons. And then just start packing all this new stuff up. Should just do. What's that? Yeah, I didn't think it. It's just one heater.
So we had 11 scheduled for this race, so it looks like we have a lot of scratches.
How many 4x4s? Two races. That's a half hour.
So our number 1 seed, Alex Maxwell of LaSalle Academy in lane number 1. Alex has a 2:37.31 seed time. That's 7 seconds ahead of the number 2 seed by Cooper Michaud. So look for Alex to try to take control in this race. And there we have it, Alex Maxwell leading the pack. But right behind him, Cooper Michaud. Alex Maxwell looking very strong. Already putting distance on the pack after only a lap and a half.
Yeah, man. Yo, so Monday we going to work on Monday, though. I'll tell you that.
Alex Maxwell looking very, very strong. Alex was 5th at the state meet, the state cross-country meet this year, so he certainly belongs up there. He's got some talent from the middle distance to the long distance. Fifth in the 3,000 meters last year, too. One lap remaining. Alex Maxwell far ahead of the field. He's going to win this race with ease. A good 40 meters ahead of the next runner. And he's increasing it. Alex Maxwell, our winner here in the 1,000. And we're going to give you some results from earlier. Brandon Grace of Mount Pleasant winning that 55-meter hurdles, 8.83. 55-meter dash. We don't have a time on that quite yet. 1500 Chase Lease officially 4:13:56 to win that.
You can take that.
And Jack McLaughlin running 8:56:19 to win the 3000. Cooper Machad 8:57.16, a big time PR for him. And Adam Thibodeau of LaSalle Academy, number 3 at 9:05:30. 4x200 LaSalle Academy 1:36:66 to win that race. And in the high jump, Rex Williams of Classical leaping 6 feet. Brady Fisher at LaSalle Academy coming in second at 5:10.
Report to the start line, 4x4.
Classical's
Report to the
Ali
start line.
Abdul Mumin winning the weight throw 55.4.5. Okay, we had the final event of the day, the 4x400 meter relay. We got Classical there in the lead. Looks like St. Raphael Academy in second. And LaSalle Academy in third. So far a close race. But Classical trying to put some distance on the pack. And LaSalle and St. Ray's right there in the 2 and 3 spots. So after 2 legs, Classical taking control in the 4x400. At least a 4 or 5 second lead with just 2 legs to go. Last year, Classical won this meet at the All-State meet, running 3:27:30. More than 2 seconds ahead of LaSalle Academy. So a strong 4x400 team for Classical once again. Nearly a 100-meter lead with 1 leg remaining. So we expect Classical to win this final race of the day, the 4x400 relay. And LaSalle Academy comfortably in second, Central in third, St. Ray's in fourth.
Just one heat, Steve, right?
So Classical, a runaway winner here in the 4x400 meter relay, finishing off this meet with authority. LaSalle in second, and St. Raphael Academy taking third. So that wraps up the league meet today here at the PCTA Fieldhouse. And again, we're going to be doing more live feeds, but this is our first of several live feeds this season. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be